I get into this NFT security topic.
Non-fungible tokens. Oh my goodness.
Let's get into it,
the
shall we?
phenomenon of 2021. We all saw it go down. We've seen many, many use cases now. We're talking about using tokenization, specifically creating one unique token. That's what they call a non-fungible token. There are no other copies, and using it to attach digital media to it so that you can now claim ownership of digital media. But we also saw use cases in other ways. We saw it in video games and leveraging avatars. We've seen it with membership models. We've seen it with supply chain. And of course, we've seen it with security tokens.
Absolutely right. So this is in the headlines recently. We've talked about it actually before with examples like Club Necaxa, which is the soccer team that tied ownership to an NFT. We've seen it a couple other examples. We covered Blau and his company called Royal doing something similar. But recently, just this week, Republic, which is the largest crowdfunding portal, who has also launched their own security tokens in the past, announced a new division, Republic Music. This is in partnership with Opulus, which is a company that's, I guess, another provider in the space working on the music side. And they are going to be launching what they call security NFTs. The idea here is attaching music royalties to a non-fungible token. This is a pretty interesting concept, but we have a couple issues with it.
We've seen a couple of others artists try to also do something similar, and now the benefit here is Republic is one of these regulated crowdfunding portals that can allow someone like Opulus to go ahead and raise from the crowd into their digital offering. If it was considered a security, which they're recognizing that it is, sometimes you're limited to the base of investors that you can reach from. But through this crowdfunding portal, you can reach anybody, and that's a big deal. But as you pointed out, Kyle, there are some kind of stipulations with a security token NFT. Now, in episode 99 and 107, we've talked about how NFTs can potentially be labeled security tokens. This is not like utility tokens, where back in the day with ICOs, essentially the activity of an ICO would create it and turn the underlying token into a security. In this case with NFTs, they're not default securities, but they can become securities most of the time by offering some kind of a return through royalties or dividends, or actually by fractionalizing and enabling multiple owners, which is another one of those issues that we directly run into. How can you have multiple owners of something that only one person or is only one token of it? So that's where we start to get the gray area, and in fact, the SEC may start to actually enforce issues like this, and you don't want to run into a gray area.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I think NFTs are great. I think that it's a fun concept and potentially can work in this example. But the reality is, I think that the way that these things are structured, right, and they announced their first deal, which is going to be a single released by rapper Lil Pump and Soulja Boy. And so they're taking this single, essentially putting the single's rights and revenue into an LLC and then selling shares of that LLC through a Reg CF campaign, raising up to $5 million with I think it's a $100 minimum investment. Now, you may hear that and say, this kind of just sounds like shares, right? These just kind of sound like equity shares in a security token. I don't know how much of this non-fungibility there is. That's because as a markets guy, I love the secondary trading. Liquidity is harmed tremendously when you have NFTs. And if you're already selling shares of the royalties, I don't understand why you wouldn't just sell the shares of the royalties.
And that's the key point, right? An NFT means there's only one holder. The token is only held in one wallet, which means it's only being sold to one buyer, hence Kyle's point about restricted liquidity. This is not a fungible share that mirrors other shares and therefore is easier to trade on, say, a secondary market or even over the counter. And so that's the issue here. We don't have any problem. In fact, we love the idea, and congratulations to Republic and Opulus for launching this. The idea of allowing the crowd and anyone to invest into royalties, into artists in different ways is an incredible opportunity, and it's absolutely a security token. But what you're describing is in fact not a non-fungible token. So in the case of Club Necaxa that you mentioned earlier, this was indeed a security token that was an NFT because only one person could buy this token, and it represented 1% ownership in the team, only one token. In this scenario, Kyle and I and you and everyone else can go and buy tokens in Soulja Boy's new release, and therefore there are multiple tokens. They are fungible in order to share them.
Shareholders.
That's right. So this is the idea of these are SNFTs. That's something we have a problem with because we started this show actually from one of the very values of saying, look, we need clarity in this industry. In order for the industry to cooperate and collaborate, in order for regulators to understand and make progress, and in order for customers to be able to actually adopt this stuff and participate, we need clarity in definitions and in lingo. And so we have to call Republic out about this press release saying that they've launched SNFTs. We love the idea of creating new terminology to make hot lingo and create some action, but this is not what this is. It is a security token, and security tokens deserve the love and praise for this incredible innovation.
So amazing work to Lil Pump, Soulja Boy, their teams for getting involved in this space. Obviously, congratulations to Republic and Opulus and everyone else involved. I'm sure it was a massive undertaking to bring this product to market. Incredibly, incredibly exciting stuff. Definitely check out this security token offering alongside, I'm sure, many other singles and artist royalties that they're going to be launching in the future. And this is just fantastic news. And hopefully this all made a lot of sense to you. We have a Discord channel where we actually join in with all other community members to discuss the main topic we just covered today, as well as everything here on the show. We just jump in there, we do trivia, we hang out, we have a great time, do audio, text. Join the community and follow us on Twitter, follow us on LinkedIn, connect with us anywhere. We love to talk tokens and blockchain.
We're always happy to answer any questions or take any feedback for the show. And meanwhile, happy tokenizing. We'll catch you next week.